Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Black Woman Startup Training Bureau. I am Quayla James, and I am so excited about the time we are about to spend with each other. I think that God has orchestrated and ordained this time just especially for us, and it is very, very exciting to me. My training, my time that I'm going to spend with you over the next 30 minutes will be dealing with I am a kingdom influencer. That is my platform. That is what has consumed me in this period of time and this season in my life is training and educating people about kingdom influencing others so that you can create kingdom legacy. Let me give you a little backdrop of that, because this time, this 30 minutes that we're going to spend in this introduction training is going to help you and I do some introspective assessing and assessments of where we are, why we're where we are, and how the life we live can change the trajectory of someone else's life. Okay, so let me give you a little background. Let me give you a little introduction of to who I am. Again, I am Quayla James. In my background, where entrepreneurship is concerned, I have taught entrepreneurial courses called Kingdom Empowerment Seminars. And what that was all about was teaching and training people to take the spiritual things of God with the natural things of business and put them together to create supernatural success. I firmly believe that you, as an entrepreneur, have accepted a call of God on your life to go out there and to rule and to reign in the economic sphere of the marketplace. So that's why we're here today, because you joined with Black Woman Startup to learn more and more about how to improve your business, how to possibly start your business, how to enlarge your business. Wherever you are in that journey of entrepreneurship, it is very, very important that you understand that it is a specific call on your life. It is not just about you wanting to make money, which is a byproduct of the call, but it is about you answering the need that someone else has. So with that being said, now let me give you the lead in, I guess, to what it means to be a kingdom influencer. As I said, for many, many years, I've taught entrepreneurship. And then through my kingdom empowerment seminars, I discovered something. I discovered that people can go out there and they can pour themselves into businesses and build these phenomenal companies that were just like off the chain. But at the end of the day, they would sit back and feel unfulfilled. There was no fulfillment within them. Even though they had accomplished their monetary goal, they had accomplished what they thought they wanted to do in their business, but they still were left empty. And what God showed me about that was the fact that they had not taken the time to impact somebody else's life. They poured everything they had into building the business. And a lot of times that was at the sacrifice even of their own family. Even in careers, I know a lot of us, especially as women, we get caught up in our careers and our family kind of takes a back seat to that because the career keeps us so busy. And it's definitely like that if you're creating your own business. You know, everything takes a step back and is set to the side because everything is about that business. So you're working 12, 16, 18, 20 hours a day to make sure that that business is on track, but you're forgetting about the people along the way. You're forgetting about the people sometimes in your own household. You're forgetting about your employees that are human beings. They're not just numbers behind a computer terminal. They're not just there to see the fulfillment of your dream come to pass, but they are there because strategically God has placed them there so that you can impact their lives. Impacting a life goes so far. It is generational. I always like to go back to, and I'm a woman of faith, as you can tell, because I will refer back to the Word of God periodically through this training, because I believe of the importance of incorporating the things of God in your business. So I think that when you go back, even in the biblical days, and you look back how wisdom was passed on from generation to generation, it happened by the generations gathering together, and the younger were learning from the elders, and it was poured into them. It was verbally spoken. It was lived out before them. And I believe that your call to the marketplace is for that purpose as well. Yes, you created your business to be the answer to someone's need, and hopefully you have that mindset with your business that someone had a need and God gave you the answer to that need, and therefore you started that business. Okay, well, it's not just the need of the business, it is also the need of the people in which you impact. So with that being said, I want, I want you to kind of think about some things as we go through today's training. Kind of think about what motivates you, what inspires you, what causes you to do what you do. Because before you can really impact the lives of others, you first have to impact your own life. You first have to understand and realize why you do what you do. And a lot of times we as leaders, especially the CEOs, the COOs, the CFOs, those of us who are wearing all the hats of the business, we don't take the time sometimes to do that inner check within ourselves. And if we are leaving ourselves empty, then we are leaving the people we come in contact empty. Okay? So we are going to start with that interlook on why do you do what you do. If you are going to be a leader, all right, you have to recognize the fact that you are a visionary. All right, that's first and foremost. As a leader, you are a visionary, especially as an entrepreneur. You have to cast the vision for your company to those that you come in contact with. You have to cast that vision for your employees. If your employees are going to align themselves with you in order to help you fulfill the mandate on your life for that particular assignment, then you have to cast that vision. And you have to do that, cast that vision with clarity. In order to do that, you have to be clear about what the vision is. It's like that when you are a leader and crossing from that place of leadership to influencer, okay? I tell this story, and I think that the illustration, I should say not story, but the illustration kind of makes the point of the transition that needs to happen from just being a leader and being in leadership to becoming an influencer. I can follow you outside the door. You led me to the door, you opened the door, and I followed you outside. So technically, you were that leader that I followed, okay? But as soon as we got on the other side of the door, your services to me were over. You went your way, I went my way, and I may or may not remember who you were tomorrow. True. Okay, but you were a leader for that moment. I followed the leader outside the door. You led me outside the door, but did you take the time to speak to me? Did you take the time to ask me my name? Did you take the time to get to know me? Because if you did not take that time, then all I did was followed you out the door. And you went your way and I went mine. So you really didn't have the impact in my life that you could have had. And it's like that with our employees sometimes. Sometimes we see our employees as just people, or numbers rather, not so much people, but numbers sitting behind a computer screen doing a service for us, or laborers sitting at a sewing machine making a garment, or a carpenter just hammering and nailing in the nails into the board because I needed a laborer. But I haven't taken the time to get to know that person. I haven't taken the time to acknowledge that the existence of that person as a person, someone beyond just helping me make that dollar, okay? But I was a leader because I led the company. It was my company, so I was a leader. But did I have an impact beyond just a paycheck every 2 weeks for that individual? See, that's the vision that I want you to get to, because when you make an impact in someone's life, that is how you leave a legacy. The legacy you leave behind is not in your houses, your cars, your money. Okay? The legacy you leave behind is in the people. You can work hard all of your life and build this astronomical wealth and leave all of these resources behind you, and your heirs can come right along and blow through it or throw it away or do whatever they care to. But when you have impacted the life of a person, nobody can take that away. And that is generational, because just as you impacted that life, they have told that story to their children, who pass it down to their children. And the legacy of the wealth of knowledge that you imparted into their lives becomes generational. It passes on and on and on. And that is how you create kingdom legacy. Now, what does kingdom have to do with influence and legacy? Well, I'm glad you asked, because as a woman of faith, I take you back to the Word of God, and I take you back to Genesis, when God created man. And when he created man, first and foremost, he said it was very good. Everything else he created, he said it was good. But when he created man, male and female created he them, he said it was very good. But he gave them a mandate when he created them. And that was to be fruitful, to multiply, to subdue, and to take dominion. Okay? Be fruitful. Create others after your own kind. Multiply in the wisdom and the knowledge and the love and the care and the concern that you will pass on to others. Show forth the God nature that you possess. And his nature is love. His nature is love. He created us to emulate him. He created us so people that have not been introduced to him can be introduced to him through our lives. You see, your business is so much more than just a business. It is a platform. Do I expect you to preach to everything and everybody that comes through your door? No, I don't. No. But I do expect you to show compassion, show care, concern, validate the existence of that individual. This is how you create kingdom impact, kingdom influence, and kingdom legacy. It comes from that mandate, because when he said to take dominion, taking dominion means that you are taking rulership. You are taking ownership of a territory. Now, your particular territory that we're talking about today is that territory of the marketplace, the economical place of the marketplace. That is your sphere of dominion for this particular teaching. Okay? You're not in the marketplace just because. You were placed there for purpose. You were placed there for purpose. You need to understand that. Purpose was created within you before the foundation of the earth was laid, because that's what God said. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. He already knew that there was going to be a need for you, and he created you in this time in millennium. You were placed here in this time of eternity See, for such a time as this, you could have been born 200 years ago. You could be born 200 years later. But no, you were here now because God has need of you now, because someone out there needs the wealth of knowledge and information and love and care and concern that God has placed within you to give to that individual. You have no idea how much your life can impact the lives of someone else. And sometimes you do it without even knowing it, because I promise you, people are watching, people are looking. So as we move on, I want to present to you a PowerPoint, because I'm going to give you a little homework at the end of this so that you will be prepared for our next session together. But anyway, give me a moment. Let's pull up the PowerPoint and get you ready. Oh, wait, I have to share my screen. Hold on. Let us see here, share. All right, and the PowerPoint, here we go. And we definitely want to share it in slideshow. There we go. All right. So again, welcome to the Black Woman Startup. I am a Kingdom Influencer course, and I am Coylette James. So let's take a look at this. What motivates you? That's where we want to start with, because as I said, we're going to do kind of an introspective look at the different things that causes you to do and to be who you are. So what motivates you is our first question. You know, you must know a person's motives to understand how to best inspire or motivate them. So true leadership is inspection in motion. Okay, how are you going to impact the life of someone else if you don't really understand what motivates them? And we're going to look at 4 different major motivations that people take on that causes them to do what they do. And while we're looking at it as it relates to other people, I want you to be looking at it and be mindful which category you fall in. We're going to talk about 4. So remember now, you're looking at this and you're thinking about you to figure out which category you fall in. All right. First category is prestige. All right. A lot of people are motivated by prestige. People who are motivated by prestige want to stand out in the crowd. They enjoy being the square peg in a round hole. They have an inherent need to be recognized for their achievements. Too often, far too often, they equate that recognition of they equate that recognition to who they are instead of understanding who they are at their core being. It is not just about what somebody recognizes you for. It is not just about the accolades that somebody puts on you. It is who are you at your core being. But if prestige is the cause and the thing that motivates you, then you're going to do everything in your power to have all eyes on you. Remember the class clown when you were in school, that one that would do whatever just so that people would recognize his or her existence in that classroom? That was that person that did what they did for achievements, okay, for achievements. They wanted to get the award. If they didn't get the award, they were crushed, okay? I'm hoping that's not you. But if it is you, then we're going to take a look and we're going to think about some things when it comes to that prestige. The next one is popularity, okay? People who crave popularity want to fit in. If they're not accepted by their peers, then their life is meaningless to them. This type will go against who they are at their core being to fit other people's perspective and perception of them. You know, they allow their peer group to cause them to do things that they would not normally do because they just want to be popular. We've seen movie after movie, and you may have even been that one in high school that you weren't the popular one. I wasn't the most popular one in school growing up. But you know what? I was always a loner. I was not that one that had to fit into a certain group. And maybe it was because my life did not fit into anybody's mold. Okay. I was that one. I was that one that stood out for many different reasons. I was that one that stood out. But you know, I was not that one that really was trying to fit in, because I learned very early in life, at 14 years old, that those that you think are your friends will be the very ones that'll turn on you, and they'll say very hurtful things about you, and they will judge you. So by me learning that at a very early age in life, then it caused me not to worry about fitting in my peer group. And I was an only child. So, you know, I liked my aloneness. I had one or two close friends, and that was it. That was it. I knew everybody. Everybody knew me, but I was not trying to hang with the group. Our next one is money. Okay. Now, what motivates a whole lot of people is money. There is never enough money to satisfy the people that are in that group, you know, because the more money you make, the more money you want. All right. And they believe that the more they have, the more it will enhance their social status and the ability to control situations and people. All right. So if you have people that are around you and it's all about money, 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 okay, then they will do anything and everything in their power to obtain that money. In my teaching, in my Kingdom Empowerment Seminars teaching, I teach my entrepreneurs that money cannot be the reason you started your business. Because again, if that is the reason, then at some point in time, you are going to compromise. You are not going to give forth the quality that you should. You are not going to give forth the customer service that you should. You are not going to assess the customer's need as you should, because you will start cutting back and creating shortcuts so that you can make more money. Okay, so money cannot be the be all end all. Money is a byproduct of you going after the things that God has placed before you. Okay, in the marketplace, I call it God's marketplace. In God's marketplace, you know, you have to make sure that you are integral, that you are honest, and that you put the needs of your customers first. Yes. You know, that means not cutting corners. People will pay a little extra to get quality. They don't mind that, because that quality will last them. It is very unfortunate in the United States that quality of product has taken a back seat to quantity of product. Everything is being mass produced in this hour. This is just something for you to think about in your business, as well as what motivates people. Everything is being mass produced, so corners are being cut, things are being done that probably shouldn't be done, just so that the bottom line can be increased. All right? Please, 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 if this is your motivator, step back and take a thought. If God is your source and your resource, then do you not believe that he will supply you with the funds and the provisions that you need to do it right, to do it with integrity, to rise above, okay, to rise above the norm? I believe that we are to give over and above the expectations of our customers, especially as children of the Most High God. There is a standard that we should set that goes above the bar, not just at the bar, and definitely not below the bar. All right. Now, my last one. This is where I would hope you will find yourself, and that is passion. Passion being your motivator. This group has tapped into their inner self and discovered purpose. With the discovery comes passion. Purpose and passion go hand in hand in the influencer's life. You cannot have one without the other. For that to which you are passionate about will give you purpose. And when you find your purpose and you work within your purpose and on purpose, your passion will burst. They really, really and truly work hand in hand. So many times, and let me speak for myself. I'll use me as an example. Growing up, I didn't feel I had gifts and talents because I equated them with the musicians and the artists and the people that just seem to be oozing with all this creativity and this talent and what have you. And I really, and within myself, I didn't think that I had or I possessed any talents, anything special, anything out of the ordinary. I was just who I was. Okay. I was cool with that. I didn't have low self-esteem about it, but I did not embrace the fullness of really who I was created to be. All right. When God started showing me what he had placed within me, which ignited my passion, it gave life meaning to me. When I discovered that, then it was like, you know what? Okay, I will go out and do this for free because I love what I do, what I'm doing right now with you, imparting into you, teaching you. This is my passion. This is my passion. I love to influence the lives of others. And I have learned that God has given me a voice to speak as his oracle, to encourage you to be the very, very best you could be. That is my gift. That is the talent that he placed within me, to be an orator, to speak into the lives of others and encourage them to rise above their situations, to rise above their circumstances, to be the very best them they can be. For you to be the very best you can be. So, as I told you, I want you to stop and think about which person you are. Now, there's no wrong answer here. There's no condemnation here. But when you start to look at really, really who you are, it will kind of cause you to look at others a little different. Before you can access those around you, you must first recognize who you are. What is your purpose for wanting to influence those around you? We're going to go much, much deeper in this in the next training as far as how you influence those around you. But first, we have to get to the core being of who you are. Who are you inside? What motivates you? And sometimes we have to do a reassessing of ourselves to be the very best we can be. So I have homework for you. Okay. I want you to sit down and I want you to write out an honest assessment of what drives you. Nobody else's opinion. It's not, don't go ask your best friend, don't ask your husband, don't ask your children, don't ask the pastor, don't ask your mom, your dad, anybody. I want you to ask you, what drives you at the core of your being? Why do you wake up in the morning? What motivates you to get out of the bed? What motivates you to go and to toil in this company, the company that God has given you? What is your motivation? I want you to list what's important to you in this life. What are your goals? And why do you want to embark on this journey of influence? Now, some of you may be sitting there going, well, I never really thought about, I wanted to embark on a journey of influence. Well, I got news for you. You were created for this. You were created for this. This is really, really, really why you are here. So that you can influence the life of somebody else. Now, if you get stuck in your assessment or you want to reach out to me, you can text my name, Coylette, Coylette. Text my name to 773-993-1652. Again, you can text my name, Coylette, Coylette. And I'm repeating this because some of you may be busy doing other things while you're listening to this. So you might not be sitting there watching it. All right. Text my name, Coylette, Coylette, to 773-993-1652. Maybe you just want to chat. Maybe you want to get more information. But please feel free to reach out. I welcome it. I really, really do. And I am so excited about our next training together for next month. I know it may be a month away, but I believe that as we start to walk through different layers of influence, of being a kingdom influencer, that your life will be developed in ways, your mentality, your spiritual being, your even your health and your physical being. One thing I have found through life, that when we are fulfilling our purpose and our passions, and our lives are fulfilled, we're better physically, we're better spiritually, we're better mentally, because we are walking in our created purpose. So next time we will come together, and then, like I said, we will delve even deeper in what it means to be an influencer. All right. Thank you for spending this time with me. I have had a marvelous time, and you be blessed until we meet again. God bless.